How's it going, Top Forest TV? My name is Jack, and welcome to my preview for our Emirates FA Cup third round tie as we host Luton Town at the world famous City Ground. So, yeah, Emirates FA Cup action. Then, first of all, sorry about this light situation. I'm going to try and sort something out to try and stop it, but it's going to have to put with it for the time being, I'm afraid. But yeah, so Luton Town at home then for Emirates FA Cup third round. I love the FA Cup. I absolutely love the FA Cup. It's one of those things that about English football that I'm so proud of, that I just love. It's a real shame of what's happened with the sort of the replay situation, given that it really puts a lot of what's the word? It really takes a lot away from the smaller clubs. You know, you looked in previous rounds where you would get in some like non-league sides going, getting a draw at the end of 90 minutes against like a League One side. I think there was like some sort of like National League side who got a draw against like a Reading or something, but because they've done away with replays, it went to extra time, and the lower league side didn't quite have the fitness and the quality to keep going throughout the extra time, and they ended up bowing out. Whereas they could have got a replay a couple of maybe 2 weeks later in a midweek fixture and brought some more money into the club and really helped them to have another go at it, and they could have gone and got the win. I remember I followed Lincoln City's FA Cup run quite closely when they ended up getting to the quarter-final stage where they lost to Arsenal. They had to have a replay in one of their games. I think it was against Ipswich in round 3, and had they not have had that, they might not have got through, and they ended up getting to the quarter-final stage and getting enough money to create a new training complex and things. So, I think it's a real shame that that's had to be changed, but I do really love the FA Cup. I think it's a really, really great competition, the longest running competition or cup competition in club football. It's just amazing. It really is amazing, and I'm so proud as a English football fan that we have the FA Cup. It's amazing. I love seeing year on year the giant killings and the stories that are being made and the heroes that are coming out of different cup runs. That you can think of sort of names of bygone clubs where they've put their names sort of forward, like Jermaine Beckford scored a goal at Old Trafford to beat Manchester United all those years ago, ended up getting a move to I believe it was at Everton at one point. And there's been sort of games where you look at Barnsley. I remember back in the 2000s they beat Chelsea. Can't remember the guy's name off the top of my head, but I remember they beat them and it was a massive moment. And it's huge. It's so big for clubs. You saw Maidstone last season beating Ipswich. I can't remember who they got knocked out to in the following round. Oh, it was Coventry. But there's so many amazing stories. Coventry last season almost getting to the FA Cup final, having to get past a Wolves side who scored a late goal that they thought was the winner, and then 2 late goals for Coventry, I think it was, that got them through. I just love it. I just absolutely love the FA Cup and everything about it, and shame that it's changed, but yeah, I really love it, and I'd love to see Forest go deep in this competition. We got to round 5, I want to say, last season. We beat Blackpool on a replay. We beat Bristol City on a replay. I was there for the replay, the last ever FA Cup replay to finish. That was we beat them on penalties, and then we lost against Manchester United at the City Ground, quite controversially. I think it was Casemiro that got the goal. So yeah, I'd really, really love to see Forest go deep in this competition. However, this season I do slightly feel a little bit different about it. Now, obviously, look at where we are in the division. We're 3rd place in January. Now, if we have an FA Cup run and that takes our eyes off the league and we start to slip down a little bit, or we, have a couple of more games thrown in there and we have to catch up and things, and we cause, injuries or whatever, then I would not mind so much if we didn't go on a run. But I really want to, ideally, go on and run in the cup and also keep going on in the league. That's the dream, of course it is. But if we have to drop one and focus on the other, I'd probably drop the cup and focus on the league. You look at Leicester when they won the league; they were out of the Carabao Cup and the FA Cup quite early on in the campaigns, and then they were able just to focus week in week out on just the Premier League games. And you had sort of opponents like Spurs and City and Chelsea. Maybe not Chelsea; they dropped well off that season. Arsenal having FA Cup and Champions League fixtures to worry about when they just had one game a week. Um, Ideally, I want us to go deep in the FA Cup. I really do. But if we're being honest, the only time I really want us to not go well in the FA Cup is if this season it does take our rise off what we're doing in the league and the amazing work we're doing in the league. That's the only time I would change it. But look, I want to see us go deep in this competition. So I'm gonna want that to happen as much as I can, unless it does start to have an effect on the league, which I don't think it will do. I don't think it will do. I think we have what it takes to focus on both. But yeah, in my heart, I want us to keep to go for the FA Cup, try and win it. I'd love to see us win it. I'd love to see us go deep in it, and I think we have the quality and the squad to do that. So if we can, then we'll absolutely do it. I think in this game we'll have a weaker lineup. I think we're going against obviously a championship side who we should be beating, but we've got to think about Tuesday night, a huge game at home to Liverpool. I really think that we've got to sort of rest a couple of our main starters, and it's a good chance for some of the backup players to have a go and put their name in Nuno's mind and really show what they can offer. But yeah, I'll touch on the teams in a little bit. Luton then, obviously a side that we faced twice last season. Both times we got a draw. Should have beaten them at home. Should definitely have beaten them at home. We were 2-0 up and we ended up drawing 2-2. And then away it was 1-1. I believe Chris Wood scored that game. But yeah, they're not enjoying this season. You probably would have expected at the start of the season. You thought when they went down, they'd be one of the teams to be around the top of the league, looking to come back up. Because basically, when they got promoted, they used it as an opportunity to build for the championship the season after. Like they brought in a lot of players who did well the previous season in the championship. You know, Jacob Murphy was one of them. I think it was his name Matt Sanderson, a centre half. Kaminsky from Blackburn. There was a lot of players they brought in were good in the championship. Is it Ogbene? Players that they could look at and go, right, they're going to be good for us next season when we go down to come back up again. And they've just not really done very well. Rob Edwards has been sacked now, I believe. So that's, a manager who's done amazing things for them. No one would have ever thought they would get to the playoffs, to the Premier League. Sorry, but he did it. He succeeded. He managed to do it, and he managed to get them to the promised land, which is incredible for a club like Luton Town. And he's the man that got them there. And you would think you'd have a bit more credibility in the bank, but sometimes football clubs don't really take that into consideration. I remember Leicester when they sacked Ranieri, the season after he won the league, it was kind of a thing of like, have you not just seen what he's managed to do for your club, what he's achieved, the heights he's taken you on that you never thought you'd ever get to. But no, they got rid of him, and maybe things needed to be changed. I don't know. I can't claim to have watched a lot of Luton Town this campaign, but you feel like they could have given a bit more, maybe. I'm not too sure. They've still got a lot of the nucleus of their Premier League side, from what I can tell. So maybe they should have been doing better, but they're not, and hopefully we can capitalise on that. I do have a funny feeling, though, that Luton are just one of them sides, one of them, like, not a bogey team, but one of those sides that you just go up against and they get the better of you, and it's just they're a little annoying team, and I hope that doesn't happen. But yeah, Luton probably not doing the best, or doing anywhere near what they thought they would be doing this season. I think a lot of their fans thought they'll be in and around the questions for sort of automatics and high up in the playoff places, but it's not worked that way for them. So they're going to have to look at sort of building again with a new manager, and see where they can go. But hopefully we can take advantage of that, and we can get the win on Saturday. In terms of the lineup for me, I think it's going to be Carlos Miguel in goal, played against Newcastle, and apart from that error at the start of the game, played quite well. So I think he's going to be our cup goalkeeper, so he'll be in net. A back for I thought we'll see Moreno start. Actually, we might even see Toffolo start, you know. I think we might see Toffolo start at left back, but at right back, there's, is it Zach Abbott? I think he might be able to play out there, or Moreira. I think we might see Moreira at right back. Moreira, De Souza, was it De Souza or De Souza? De Silva, one of the three, I don't know. Centre halves, Omar I'd like to see him play alongside maybe Murato or Bolly would be quite nice to see. I think it'd be good to get Omar a little bit more game time. I know there's been talks that he might go to clubs like Leeds in the transfer window on loan, and Willy Bolly, I've seen that he might be going to Hull or Millwall potentially with his contract being up. But I wouldn't mind seeing those two start in the centre back positions. Midfield, then there's a big talk that Danilo might be back, and I was at the game where he went down with that injury on the opening day, and I was a bit concerned at the time. I wasn't really too sure what had gone on, but it's the first time I'd ever really seen anything like this at a live game, where they brought on these sheets and covered him up, and you just knew it wasn't good. As soon as it sort of happened, you saw players signalling to the bench, but the fact that he's back, what was it? It was August, so you got August, September, October, November, December, January, what, 5-6 months he's back. I'm over the moon. I'm really thrilled for him, and hopefully he can get a good start in this one. Wouldn't mind seeing him alongside someone like Ward-Prowse, maybe. Someone who's got the ability on the ball to control, to dictate, to just to find the rhythm of the game and keep the ball moving. So I wouldn't be against seeing him in there. The forward three in behind the striker, then you've got Ramon Souza and Jota Silva on the flanks. In the attacking midfield position, I'm trying to think who we've got who can play there, to be honest with you. I mean, maybe we will play Gibbs White, who knows? I don't think he will, though. I think he'll probably rest, given the fact that he has Liverpool on Tuesday. Who have we got that can play attacking midfield? My mind has just gone blank. Obviously, Anderson can play there, but probably won't play. Dominguez potentially is a shout, but I think he might probably play him against Liverpool. Going up front would have Tyro Awoniyi for sure. Really pleased he scored his goal against Wolves, so I'd be really happy to see him start in that one. See if he can keep his goal scoring tally going. I'm trying to think who can play attacking midfield, because obviously Brendan Aguilar's gone, so we haven't got him anymore. Why has my mind just gone completely blank over who we've got in the attacking midfield role? I genuinely have absolutely no idea. My head has completely just blanked. I was actually looking at other people's predicted lineups earlier on, and my mind has just gone completely blank. I don't know. My mind has just gone completely blank. Let us know in the comments down below who you think should play in the attacking midfield role in behind Tyro Awoniyi. I think if we can go sort of as full strength as we can, that would be really helpful. I think keeping the players fit and ready to go ahead of the game against Liverpool. I could say Newcastle against Liverpool would be huge. I guess you could maybe play someone like Danilo in that attacking midfield role, and then bring in maybe a Dominguez, or bringing in a another central midfielder who can sort of fill in those positions. Could be quite a helpful situation. But so yeah, let me know down below who you think might play in those roles, and yeah, that'll be really interesting. But yeah, I think Luton, they've got some good players. They've got Morris, Adebayo. They've got Chong, who I think had a good spell in the Premier League. Doherty, the right back. Left back, sorry, I think is a really promising player. Kaminsky's a really good goalkeeper. I think they're going to be up for it. I think they'll play a lineup that's quite strong, and they'll see it as a chance to build a bit more confidence, which a cup run can really hand to a side a bit of confidence. I'll be seeing a potential scalp if they think Forest might have their eye on the league rather than the FA Cup. We'll see how things go in that one. But yeah, looking forward to this one. If I had to go with a score line, I'm going to go with Forest 2, Luton 0. I think we'll keep another clean sheet. But yeah, really looking forward to this one. Hope that we can get through to the next round of the Cup. I won't be too disappointed if we don't win, but it's Luton, and I just feel we have to beat them. We just have to beat them after last season. But yeah, I'm usually one that's really like, oh, I want to see us go full strength as possible. I want to see us give it a right go in the Cup. But you've got to be sensible. I think we should be winning this game, and I want to see us win this game. But you know, we'll see going forward whether it's worth our time in the cup. I think it really annoys me when teams do that, but I think for this season it's just so different that we could actually get something huge. I don't want to jeopardise it, so we'll see what happens going forward. But I really want to see us win tomorrow, and hopefully we can get through to the fourth round of the Emirates FA Cup, and hopefully no scalps or giant killings, if you will, at the City Ground. But yeah, looking forward to this one. Going for a 2-0 win. I'm going to go with goals from Danilo and Tyro. One, you'd love to see Danilo get on the score sheet. He's going to get an absolute cheer when they read his name out. I can't wait for that one. But yeah, looking forward to this one. Third round of the FA Cup, 2-0. I'm going to pick for this one. Really excited. Hopefully we can be in the cup draw again for round 4, and hopefully we can keep things going. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and you are looking to see a few more videos from ourselves. Yeah, but thank you for watching, and come on, you Reds.